So I best update you before we start. In the last couple of days in Todd's life, he has sought out the Starborn for vengeance. We haven't done any of the Crimson Fleet stuff yet. That is still very much on the cards. But I had a little bit of digging around on the interwebs to see if there's any way for the last mission to play out differently, which there is. I was tempted to reload it, but that's not what we do here with big story decisions like that. We just roll with it. But a friend of mine, I was talking to a friend of mine about it, because he's pretty much at the end of the campaign, and I said, don't tell me anything don't want to know anything really, but is there a moment where something happens? So I know something that I'm not going to say, but this quest should lead into it, so that's the main focus of this. Before we go and do the Crimson Fleet, we're going to finish Unity. So we're heading back to New Atlantis and Constellation. And we're going to do a little bit of digging around and get to a certain point with that quest, and then see where it takes us. But that's the only thing I know. It's nothing about the Starborn or anything like that. They're still a massive enigma to me. But it is something that I think needs to be done sooner rather than later for the story. Why didn't you just land me at the spaceport? We've just flown in. Oh god. Oh god, game. Oh god, why? Don't you dare take me to my ship. Don't you dare take me to my ship. Oh, the Varun! It's gonna be that guy again.
Have you seen it?
Isn't it? Yeah, okay. That's gonna be an interesting conversation. I hope that he acknowledges Andreja's disappearance. We are running around with no companions still. That's just how it is. Todd needs his alone time. He's processing. He's hurting real bad.
Your file here just says scoundrel followed by a lot of expletives. Look, whatever trouble you're bound to cause, do it somewhere else.
Yeah, easy enough. Oh no, the Varun Zealot is in here. Oh yes, we knew that they were in custody. Mirza, thanks. Go away. Mirza.
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
That's the single loneliest statement I've ever heard.
Jokes. You come to hear about Varun. Like the guards. Like the Keeper. The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
I admire your conviction.
The knowledge of the Great Serpent sweeps away all concern. There is only his inevitable return, and those he will spare. Nothing else. You wish to speak of the Keeper's pilgrim, do you not?
I do.
I will tell you of him, and then you will leave.
That's fair.
Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
I need to know the meaning of the word unity.
I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless.
I think I understand.
Then we are done. Leave me.
This, unbeliever, this traveller, is clearly a Starborn. Phasing in and out of time, space, whatever, I don't know. But there's too many pointers to link in. Yeah, there's too many coincidences. So now we need to go to the Underdark, yes? Well, Keepers of the Enlightenment or something? Keepers of Enlightenment? I'm not really sure. Religious stuff kind of washes over my head. I'm just a space scoundrel. House of the Enlightened. A very well turned out gentleman.
House of Enlightenment.
Wonderful beard, sir.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not?
No.
Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Aquila sent me. I need to talk about the Pilgrim.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilas is describing.
So tell me.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward.
I wish.
And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
What did they mean each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up?
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If
I like
no
that.
one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
Maybe there's a message hidden in what he's saying.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything else about Unity? What it means?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Of course. So they're
Today's
not...
food is as close to home cooking as you'll find around here.
Bodhi Jang.
I do odd jobs at evening hours. Lift crates, stock shelves. Take it easy.
Yeah, okay, whatever. It's not a religion. The fighting may have ended, but many hearts are still waging war. Lay off the booze. Bit of a mess down here. Okay, I take it back. I don't mind these guys at all. They're out to help people, not push religion.
I heard the Mantis is back, and they cleared the entire bounty board in a week.
I'll be honest, I don't really care.
You should, because it's true. The Mantis is back. Oh, that's going to be a project, isn't it?
Chance, heels off.
We're going to do a bigger Mantis. Howdy, friend.
No loitering, okay? I don't have the patience for it.
Well, tell me something then. You tell me something?
Henry from time to... Don't mind me. Just a weary man, resting his feet. Stay out of trouble.
Can I talk to you yet?
Can't say I'll have what you need, but you're welcome to look.
What do you got for sale?
Happy to make a deal if I can.
Yeah, thanks.
Stay safe out there.
7 digipix is pretty good. They normally only sell up to 3. Right, back to Preacher Keeper. I thought that was a Starborn for a second.
Drones about a million
Yes, game, come on. I can interact with an elevator. Apparently I can't. Alright, screw you game, I guess.
Another day, another shift.
Will this get me out? No, but this will. Come on, mantle. Work. I didn't want to mantle that, but I'll take it. That won't get me out. Oh my god, how do you leave this horror? Can I fast travel? Apparently not.
Yes?
Upper level? No, I don't want the upper level. I want the exit. I want to leave this horrid place.
Just taking things one day at a time. You know how it is?
Yeah, this is where I want it to be. That's a shop, right? Have you got anything good?
Happy to make a deal. You need stuff, I need credits. Absolutely.
What have you got, my friend? I'm having them. You reckon I could pull off something like that? It's very Fallen Order, isn't it? Do you sell anything nice? Advanced hard target, nice. Yeah, nothing exciting, but thanks anyway.
Need something else? I'll be here.
Right. Oh, it works. About time. I do not understand this game's waypoint system. To the Keeper. May we learn his secrets. This is a nice little bridge.
The project has to be done this quarter. Our back is against the wall.
What's more important, kids? Or your stupid work? I'd say kids every time. Oh, lag. suppose it's the popping, but it is quite laggy over here. That symbol is very similar to the symbol that we found on... I'm not going to say that. It's very similar to a symbol that we found in one of my previous videos that has probably been uploaded close to this one. That's all I'm going to say. It also looks like the Trials of whatever from Destiny 2 Year 1. Preacher Man, I'm going to sit down for this.
Oh, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
I think so. Can I ask all of them? I spoke to the Varun Zealot. She said Jian fought 4 times over 120 days.
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. What else did you learn?
In your story, the Pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. That must mean something.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Was there anything else?
The Enlightened story used the word second. 2.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Yeah, you and me both. Next planet I find, I'm naming Dum Dum. What do you think? It's in your honor.
I suppose that'll make someone laugh.
Indum. That's the name of a star system, apparently.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
Only total conviction will bring us the truth. We are being tested. I am being tested.
Conviction. Another word for strength. Can the truth not be revealed to the weak? Someone with doubts.
Maybe you're onto it. Isn't doubt the very opposite of belief?
That belief can come and go could be argued to be the very mechanics of faith itself. Like breathing air in and out. What do you believe?
That I'm going to kill the Starborn who murdered my wife. I won't find the answer by doubting every step I take.
Your only path is forward, then? Finding the meaning of unity is a totality that you cannot ever step away from? Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
There is no your truth. There is only the truth. You can choose to believe it, to see it or not, but there is only one truth. Right, hopefully that's the religious mumbo-jumbo crap out of the way. No, I want that. Surface map. Deliver the news about the Skrull and Captain Petrov. To who? Well, Sarah was there. Can she not deliver the news? She's not pulling her weight again. Right, we need to go to Indum 2. But I am going to see if I can do this first, actually. This Petrov thing. If I can figure out how to get to the West End. It's not a mission. Oh, do you mean deliver it to SSNN? How many times have I been here? Why is that not popped? I have ran up this loads of times. Have they added new markers to help you navigate this crappy city? I'm not aware there's been any updates. Well, it definitely seems like it was pointing me here.
You talk and get paid, I spread the news. It's a classic win-win. You have another story for me?
Captain Petrov's ship, the Scowl, was robbed.
I already interviewed an ex-pirate about the robbery. But she was as reliable as good coffee around here.
Huh.
So you were there when it went down? What were you doing there?
That's not really relevant, but I was there.
Well then, let's continue, Mr. Not Really Relevant. Tell me about this Captain Petrov. I've heard he's a bit of an eccentric.
Absolutely.
What was your impression of him?
Raving lunatic? He was a character, alright. I liked him.
Charlatans and conmen need to be likable for their marks. No one seems to know exactly what was stolen, but everyone agrees it was valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Care to shed some light on it?
A golden statue of a giraffe.
Sure, right. Try again. What was stolen?
I'm telling the truth. The statue was huge. It had emerald eyes. It was the craziest thing.
Huh. I guess it takes all types? Last question. About, and I'm quoting, a zoo gone wild. The other source swore up and down that alien creatures got out of their cages and went on a rampage.
They did.
Please, please, please tell me she was telling the truth. It's got to be some Aurora-induced hallucination.
No, that's 100% correct.
Some days, it is worth it to get out of bed. I love it. This is just a plain old good story. Check the newsfeed for it later. And here's your payment.
Thank you. Where's my ship? Before we fly off in the Shadowclaw, I'm going to have a sleep, because my XP looks like it's run out, and then we're going to head off. I would love to move that ladder. I think I need to tweak this ship a little again. I awaken feeling well rested. What's the point in having a control panel all the way over there where nobody can get to it? Just a question. Oh. I've been here before. I've even surveyed most of it. There's a temple. There's an occupied cave. There's a farm called Pilgrim's Rest. That's too much of a coincidence, right? Too much of a coincidence. And why didn't I finish scanning this planet either? I know that this is telling me to go somewhere else, but I mean, this game is terrible with waypoints. I'm going to go check out Pilgrim's Rest. It just makes some sense. We are looking for a pilgrim of sorts. Oh, it's updated to find clues. I mean, I'm going with this being the only clue that I need. I mean, it is a farm. Let's go say hello. Is that a cave? No. I mean, if you don't want it. Pilgrim's Writing 5. I find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. What is notable here that the road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasures and seeing a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path. If I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges of compassion I felt in my heart, and let myself care for the people who seem to gather around me wherever I try to work. If I simply lived and taught, and perhaps brought others to the light, and died. That road also seems gratifying. I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Here is the difference, though. When I stop thinking about the glories I can achieve for myself, the pleasure fades nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something, the feeling endures. There is something more sustaining about it, more fulfilling. I don't know what this difference signifies, but I am grateful for the time that I've taken to notice it. Interesting. Pilgrim's computer. We need to find more books. Okay, game. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I mean, they're books, so they must be old, right? But I've found... Alright, that one was technically first, but we had book 5 first. Sure, I'll have that. I don't know how long it's been there, but I'll have it. And then we have book 1. Maybe I shouldn't have read book 5. The credulous simplicity of mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draw me towards a form of contempt for them, but I remember that I am privy to that which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for the lack of vision, when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wrote them myself, after all. I once wore them myself, after all. I hope for their sake that they may some day understand, but for my sake I wish to be left alone. That's quite a change. Book 2. So here is the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistants, I need workers, I need hands. As we work together, they inevitably ask questions, and I can never help thinking. And I can never help talking. Starts innocently enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine. Or they have their own misunderstanding instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is my inability to let alone. I want them to understand, so I try, gently as I might, to nudge their minds along the right path. Then there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for these people. It would be so much easier if I didn't. Are these little hubs or greenhouses or things? The music's really good at this point. That's writing 4. That's writing 3. Writing 3. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that could lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best I could. But if even my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic of these truths, why am I bothering to explain any of it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. I attempted to withdraw, to be off alone, to commune with unity in my own way. They followed. Of course they followed. I love that. Pilgrim's writing 4. At last, a bit of peace. A piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former clearly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own, and that even if only it exists, that is sufficient for me to believe in everything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time I act alone, for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity is, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is, in my case, time with a very sick man. or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Let's now read 5. I find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. It's multiverse, time dilation, some sort of timey-wimey multiversal transference. Well, that's how it reads to me anyway. There is... what is notable here, that road does seem gratifying. Oh, this was just about the possible futures that he could take. And some sort of comprehension, I guess. Okay, is there any more books? I mean, we were right on the money with Pilgrim's Rest. This is indeed talking about something. And unity was mentioned more than once. Right, let's try and crack the computer. I'm willing to bet that there isn't anybody here. Famous last words. This place has been abandoned for a while. Unlock personal room. If you came seeking the right answers, you will know what question to ask. What is the unity? I return your question with a question. If you have read my writings, what is the burden of people? People are necessary, but people are madness. Who is your most formidable opponent? Myself. Where does enduring contentment come from? In stopping and embracing compassion? Get out of the way, quest. You came here seeking the true meaning of unity. If you still wish to find it, there is one final piece of myself in the next room. I found my own answer a long time ago, but not in the way I was expecting. I hope your journey gives you the truth. Oh, we got a book. Track his primer ballistic weapon by 5%. Nice. I'll eat some marshmallows. I think I've earned it after that book hunt. Marshmallows don't go off, right? So all we have is that book and a bed. Just those circles again. Maori warrior? French musketeer? Those circles within circles within circles. We may need to find that location. It looks like the Traveller from Destiny. There was a thing on, was it Io? That had a circle like that. What is that? Some sort of suit? Halo ring parts? I can't read that. No, I can't really read that. More of the rings, creating the whole. I read that as a unity knife. That must be a suit. Diagrams for a suit. Pilgrim's final writing. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here, in this world, in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. I can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind that other person. This world has no place for him. Let him die. Let me live to enlighten the blessed universe before me. You have found the end of my journey, but to know everything, you must find its beginning. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. Oh, that's really interesting, because I have a note on my notepad that just says Hyla. I've been to the Hyla system on one of my off-session jaunts. I didn't do anything because something popped up that I thought would be cool to explore while we were recording. I can't remember what it was, but it was something like temples, gravity distortion, that kind of thing. But I didn't land, I was just in the system and something popped up. But now I'm being sent to Hyla 2. We've been to Indum 2. What's that on top? More sealant? Nah, some credits. Oh, this is getting really interesting. Okay. No Starborn have landed. Which is concerning. They seem to land everywhere I go. Maybe Indum 2 is safe from them. What's that? Where did it go? It's apparently nothing. I am not going to do anything with the Star Freighter. It'll be a quest. It pays well, but I'm just not interested right now. We have more important things to do. Find the Scorpion Sting on Hyla 2. That's what it was. I must have just come across this planet and found ancient ruins. But I've been here before. Erin's camp? I don't remember Erin's camp. What else is in here? Oh, we have been here before. Oh, I don't remember coming here. Don't remember scanning anything. But we have a destination. Right, so you don't want me to jump. I can jump to the Hyla system. I've been there before. I don't know. I suppose this just takes me in and then we have to manually... We're going to get attacked by Starborn. I would put money on it. Come on, jackass. I know what your ships are capable of. I like that boost, but you can't hide from me. I know your tricks. And I know the range of your weapons now. And the Guardian 4 is worse, I think. You can keep shooting all you want, but my ship's more powerful than yours. There's 3 of you and you can't do anything. Oh, we can shoot the engines. They can shoot though, so I need to get out of here and ping off all the asteroids I can. Should have taken out the engines. I was going to try and board them, but we can't. Right, so I think they were guarding something here. I think that's pretty obvious. Scorpion Sting. Is there anything obvious? Any ley lines or anything on the continents? No, there isn't. So you have to have that encounter with them. Alright, let's touch down and see what's being hidden by the Scorpion's tail. The Scorpion's sting, even. Man, we're going through a lot. I see. I see a temple or something. That middle one, I know it's not well lit up, but it looks similar to some of the Varun carvings that we've seen. Could they have mixed up the Scorpion's tail for a snake?